Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Y'all know what time it is. It's hump day, holiday in. Woo, woo. Okay, y'all know me. Yeah, look, I'm a 70s kid. Roll with me, all right? Just stay tracking with me this morning because I'm excited. Why am I excited? Man, it's the same day, same thing every day. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we shall what? Say with me? Inhale. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. Why? What did I just do? I just breathe the Ruach, the breath of life. Every time I get up in my sleep, I have no control. God is transiting air throughout my body to let my wife know and to let me know I'm still alive. So since I'm still alive, I'm going to celebrate the fact I got one more day to one, get things right, and for two, to make sure my spouse knows she matters. My kids know they matter. My fellow man, my brothers and sisters know they matter. But today we want to be specific on the spouse. Spouse says marriages, right? This is what I talk about Monday through Friday, rain, sleep, or snow. Why is it important? Because God says it's important to him. He instituted he instituted marriage from the beginning, okay? Today I'm going to deep dive, so I want you to put your life jackets on. We're going to go deep. We're going to go swimming into the deep today, okay? I'm going to talk about some things that I believe that are important because they're important to God. And so they're important to God that I feel compelled to share them with you. Let's say, for instance, let's talk about the the sunrise midday portion of your marriage. For those who don't know my curriculum terminology, sunrise is the premarital marital stage where you're just getting into your son. You know, the sun is coming up in your marriage. You just learning each other. Midday, you kind of flowing everything. You know, you kind of know each other after a couple of years. You know your do's and your don'ts. You know to pick your shoes up. You know how not to leave your socks and stuff in the bathroom. You know, different things like that. You know, so all right. So let's say, for instance, you just got out of your sunrise stage, and you're going into your midday. You know, but at the beginning of your sunrise, you set kind of a criteria, right? Let me explain. You said, "Hey, this is I would love to have children. I'm gonna use this term, children. The person that can't have children don't say anything. All right. You get into the marriage, and you're like, okay, I'm ready to get started. Let's go. And then they say, I need to be honest with you. I can't have them. What do you do? To be honest with you, I don't know. Let's say, for instance, someone has a communicable disease that they've been sorting out that's in what we use it in remission, and they say, I think I feel compelled to share with you that I have this. What do you do? I don't know. Someone may say there's some videos out of me doing some very promiscuous things that I hope don't get out, but I didn't want to share with you. But it was sent to it's out, and it's been sent to me and it's been published. What do you do in that situation? I don't know, but this is what I do know. In all three areas, and none of these may apply to you. In all three areas, I am admonishing you to get with a biblically based person, counselor, excuse me, that you can talk to. Okay? And have that buffer, but before you feel like you've been betrayed. Because betrayal is such a hard thing. You feel like, well, I told you from the beginning this, I wanted a child, and you should have told me and gave me the choice of whether to marry you. I asked you in the beginning, did you have some type of disease or illness or something, and you and your doctor have misled me and covered it, and you could have put me in danger, and you should have shared that. I get that. I asked you, is there something I need to know about your life prior to this that may catch up to us now? And you said no. I feel betrayed again. But the Bible is very, very specific about love. I'm going to give you what the Bible says. The Bible says that love hides a multitude of things. Now, it's specific and says sin, but I've taught another word for sin is fault. Sometimes things are so hard for us to share at the time, and in the whirlwind of dating. See, that's why I tell you all the time, it may be old, but you know there's nothing new under the sun. In the courting stage, see, the definition of courting is two people getting to know each other to be married without the intimacy part. See, when you don't have the intimacy part, which can cloud your judgment, you can sit down and have the conversation and talk about some things, and maybe you feel comfortable with time to, instead of jumping the broom so fast that you have to talk about it and see if this is the person you want to be with. Some people, it's a deal breaker that they can't have kids, and they say, well, I really want to have kids, so then we may have to part ways. Some person may have a communicable disease, and they have to make a decision on that particular situation to share that with you, because if they want to have kids, you can't, protect yourself or figure out ways to get around it, such as with Magic Johnson and Cookie. She wanted to have kids. He caught the disease, and through God's grace, their son didn't have, she was pregnant at the time, and he found out that she had the disease. By God's grace, the son did not get it, nor did she. You see what I'm saying? But she stayed with them, and things, occurred. Come to find out, he was very promiscuous. I mean, yeah, that's a loose word. Well, Magic, stayed at the Playboy Mansion a lot, and he was wilding out. So she found this out afterwards. Do you see what I'm saying? So this is not something I'm making up. Cookie did not find out that he was wilding out until he got the disease. You hear what I'm saying? So then, but she chose to stay with her husband, and they've been married now for probably over 40-something years. You get what I'm saying? So this is not something uncommon. But you have to decide at that particular point in time when something comes up to decide whether you love this person for who they are or for what they can bring. The Bible is explicit. It says that there are certain criteria for divorce. I don't subscribe to divorce unless there is circumstances, abandonment, that's in the Bible, or circumstances where you just cannot, domestic or other reasons. I don't believe you should change spouses like you change clothes. So I believe in that there is a way where you can come together with the Bible-based mentor or Bible-based counselor to give you sound doctrine and advice. You have those rights because you felt betrayed and they didn't share this information. Now, I do subscribe to, and I'm going to say this again, everybody don't need to know everything. But in these particular cases, when it comes to health and something that majorly can come back to affect you both, we live in a time in social media where people are vindictive, okay? And if they got a video of you doing some extracurricular activities and they see that you're happy, you and your spouse are having a great time, y'all going to Barbados and Sicily and Spain and Japan and all over the place, they might just throw a hater rage your way and say, oh, I got this video of your girl. Boom, send it to your Facebook. Boom, send it to Instagram, TikTok. You understand what I'm saying? Now, the question I'm going to leave you with, are you going to hold that over who she was or who he was? Because men do some things too. Or are you going to hold them to who they are now, to who you married? Everybody has a past. Everybody was somebody and did something. Let's never forget that. Now, you can say, well, I would have never done that, or I would have never done this. That's okay. That's you. But it's not, I don't believe, this is me, our place to judge somebody off of who they were. You're marrying who they are. Unless they're displaying those who they were behavior, I believe and you should give them the opportunity to be who they are now. Because God forgives us, why is it so difficult for us to forgive somebody else? Or just, let's say for argument, our spouse. You see what I'm saying? And not hold them to who their past was. Yes, they may have been a crackhead at some point. It gets out, you meet one of their old friends and they said, yeah, she was on that yayo, she was doing this and snorting coke. Okay, but that's not the person you're dealing with right now. You see what I'm saying? They're not the person you're dealing with right now. So I admonish you, if things come up that you did not build, was forementioned, aware of, because again, I don't know anybody that sits down and have a list of things they ask their pre-spouse questions before they get married. Because again, in the dating stage, turning to get engaged, you lose track of questions that are prevalent. Like, do you have illnesses? Do you have good credit? Do you have kids that's running around that I need to know about? Do it's those questions don't get asked most of the time. You see what I'm saying? So again, I'm asking that you, if they come up, seek God first. After you seek God first, seek counseling. And make sure you get counseling with your spouse. With a Bible believing person that can help you to navigate through what you just found out. All right? Till next time. Peace.